What's up? This is what it is, and I'm your host Gunvid. Fucking shit. Alright, whatever. Knicks lost last night. Oh my god. Alright, it's time to wait to make. Hold on, let me light this shit up. So it's the time of that show to light that shit up. If you got a joint, light it up. If you got a blunt, light it up. You got a spliff or a cigar, light it up. Word up. Alright. Light this shit up. Hey, so the Knicks lost, and there was many factors that contributed to them losing. Well, I think one of them, the main ones, is that they were turning the ball over a lot. You'd see, especially early in the game, they were just making like really bad passes, like the pass that Wembanyama made in Game 2 to Casso, and then while he had his back turned, the Knicks was doing that. Like they did that like 3 times early in the game, and I blame Trump because the atmosphere obviously wasn't as crazy as it could have been. Because they had all the Secret Service and then they had all these fucking corporate people that were the only ones that were able to afford a ticket. So it wasn't your normal MSG crowd. It was just like a bunch of rich people fucking who don't have that much passion for basketball like the real Knicks fans. And then another factor of why the Knicks lost is Mikal Bridges. He just didn't show up. And more than anyone else, I was looking for Mikal Bridges to show up and show out in this game because he's been in the finals before. He was on the Phoenix Suns when they went up 2-0 to the Bucks and then lost 4 straight games. So Mikal knows when you're up 2-0 more than anyone, you gotta close out and you gotta really keep your foot on the gas. But he only shot like 4 shots and made only like 2 points. So that was the weakest link for the Knicks. Then you got Shamet just, taking these threes where, like, he's kind of open, but the defender's, like, pretty much there. And I think he's better as a, as a catch and shoot type of player. More than, like, using his basketball handling to create an opening for a shot. But he definitely could have done better. Karl Anthony Towns could have done better. He didn't shoot much. I don't know why. But that's just how it goes some games. Like, people seen the Knicks on this crazy winning streak and forgot, like, okay, they're human too. Like, some days the shots aren't going to go in. Some days you're not going to be as connected offensively and on the same page. Like I mentioned with the turnovers for the Knicks, they had a lot of turnovers and they kept saying, "Oh, we got to stay desperate," but they weren't. You could tell they weren't because of like how they played. Yeah, they were desperate at the end of the game to try to come back and win in the last seconds, but they didn't play the whole game with that 0-0 mentality that they've been talking about. They were playing like a team that was up 2-0 and were just going to coast to a win like the Suns did with Mikal Bridges. But you know what? Experience is really important in basketball. And you're going to see Mikal Bridges do a lot better next game because of the experience of him being up 2-0 in the finals and then losing 4 straight to Giannis in the Bucks. And you're going to see him be more desperate, like he said, on the basketball court to win. And I know he got flashbacks after they lost this game of when he lost that finals after being up 2-0. And I know he's just like, he's not going to let that happen again. So I'm not too worried as a Knicks fan. And I think they're going to win this next game. I think it's going to be a blowout, actually. I think the Knicks are going to win. And then they're going to go back to San Antonio, I think, on Friday. We're going to win the championship on a Friday instead of a Wednesday, which is kind of better, you know? The parties are going to be fucking insane. I can't wait for that. I kind of wish the Knicks would have won it at home. I mean, it's not guaranteed. It's still 2-1, but if the Knicks win the next game and then obviously the one after that, I would have enjoyed it more. I mean, I don't know. If they win home or away, it's, you know, it's kind of like the same thing. Other than it would, I feel like it hits different if they win in New York. Like it would have hit different, but you know, this is gonna be even better revenge to win the finals on their home court and then have all the Knicks fans and the Knicks players celebrating in San Antonio. It's gonna make the win feel better because this last loss at home, it sucked to lose at home. Especially like with all the hype that was built around this game 3, because I went to the city to try to watch the game even though I couldn't because Bryant Park was already full of people. I went to the city to try to watch this game and also the reaction after. Because if we would have went up 3-0, that celebration, it would have been almost as like great or even greater than if we would have won the series last night. Because like the celebration, if we would have won game 3, that would have been pretty much like one of the best celebrations, because when you go up 3-0, you know, like historically, no team has ever won, like no team has ever come back down 3-0 in the finals. I think the Cavs came back down from 3-1 to the Warriors or something, but 3-0, no, like, you know, if we would have won 3-0, New York City would have went crazy. And last night, the city was crazy as fuck. I was on 42nd Street and 5th Avenue. Like I said, I tried to go to Bryant Park, and that shit was packed. There was like fucking, like, 4,000 people there. Going crazy. I never seen the city, like, really that packed other than Halloween last year. So, yeah, the Knicks know what they gotta do. They gotta get Bridges and Towns more involved offensively. So I feel like when those two players do good, they usually win. And last night we see them to not have a good game. But Brunson and OG did good, and then it led to them losing. So the way this Knicks offense flows, it works better when Towns and Bridges get more shots. So I think they're gonna make that adjustment, and I think Bridges is gonna take the initiative to score more next game. And I already got into early foul trouble, so that was the factor. But yeah, there it is. Here's my analysis. Let's see how these next couple games go, and if the Knicks can close it out. If not, at least we got a good series, and at least we're not watching fucking SGA flop all over the floor. Oh yeah, before I go, I almost forgot this. Victor Wembanyama should be banned from the NBA. Last night he fucking hit Jalen Brunson and threw him to the floor, and that's not a basketball play. That's just bullshit. It's not a professional thing to do. If he's trying to box you out, then push him at least. Why? I mean, he did push him, but I mean in a more basketball play kind of way, not like you're trying to fight him. Because if you want to fight, how about you try to fight Towns or Robinson? Both of them would fuck Wemby up. So why don't you do that shit with them? He doesn't. He picks and he chooses, and he's a dirty player, and he should be kicked out of the NBA. He should have been kicked out that game for that. And the refs still not giving the Knicks the foul calls they deserve, which is bullshit. And it's good because Trump is probably not going to be there on Wednesday. So let's go Knicks. If you appreciated this episode, hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe. This is what it is, and I'm your host, Gunman.